us from Eugene, Oregon. A beautiful college football afternoon in the place quoted as being where great teams go to die. Today, the raucous crowd already fired up as their Ducks are set to open another season at Autzen Stadium. We've got a sensational matchup for you. Fans have been filing in and getting ready for this game. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team from the Big 10, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Ducks will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. From the gun, the ground game. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup. While the Big Ten has expanded with this massive continent-wide geographical footprint, the Big 12 has been really shrewd in positioning and maneuvering for survival, and they look for opportunities to win on the field like they'll have today.
Yeah, and the Big Ten's kind of taking what the Big Ten wants and expanding and not really worried about anybody else. So if I'm the Big 12, I'm like, yeah, you ain't worried about me, but you're going to worry about me today and on the field, and I can make a statement and prove to some of the true blue bloods in the Big Ten.
I just love the stylistic matchup in this one too, right? You think about the Big Ten running the football, defense, physical, and then Big 12 wide open, up-tempo, air raid offense. This one's going to be fun.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. To the air, it's Hoover. Unloads it left. And the misconnection on third down.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
And the Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. All right, guys, let's think big picture for Oregon. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
And the Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin them deep. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Running back searching for a hole. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. All right, guys, let's think a little bit about big picture TCU. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left, have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coaches. How do you gel? How do you start your career off?
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Under fire. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
The Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. This punt will be down just inside the 40-yard line.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you punt them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field, all the speed on the field for that punt coverage team, and you could tell they caught up with them to force the punt.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Obviously not the start this quarterback was hoping for, guys. He's now 0 for 4 to start the game throwing it. He just can't seem to find a rhythm. He's not finding his receivers. I'm even wondering if he's seeing the field that well at all, but no surprise. When you start the game 0 for 4 at QB, you've got no points on offense.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
We talked to the coaches coming into this one. They know field position was going to be a huge factor for them winning this one. They had a really nice punt earlier in this game. Great job getting down and covering it. Won't surprise me if they decide to play it safe again here on fourth.
Punt is on its way. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Handoff to the single back. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the right. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And the Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Grabbed over the middle, it's Palmer. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
I don't always have to push the ball down the field. I love when QBs drop back, look at it matchups. Oh, I got my running back. I think he can get the first down. Give him the football. Let him be an athlete with the football in his hands after he catches it. Nice job by the QB. Nice job by the running back.
The Horned Frogs with the 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop sometimes. You're usually pulling 1 or 2 guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you, can get to the running back before he gets started.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll move the wide receiver. Off the play fake. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Austin. Makes the grab. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or 2 miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
And the Horned Frogs will go for it here on 4th down. Trying to get it to the marker. Jukes his way for more. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And your decision to go for it on 4th down has a lot to do with your kicker. How strong is his leg? Some of these guys nowadays, they can boot the ball 50, 60 yards, no problem. Do I believe in him or do I go for it? And they believed in their offense, they went for it, and they got the first down.
The Horned Frogs are marching down the field. Gonna run it. It's Palmer. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
And the Horned Frogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Pressure coming. He's got it wrapped up.
Really nice play call there by the defensive coordinator as well. He was trying to do something aggressive to stop the momentum of the offense. They look pretty good on this drive. They're marching the football down the field, but on that critical third down, the D coordinator dials it up, the pass rush at the right time, trusting his guys up front to get it done, and they're able to get the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Caught in the backfield. It's Payne. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll get this drive started from the 29. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here's the handoff. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And you want to run the football, right? That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Moves away as he feels pressure. Working on the right. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. On the run, it's Harris. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Fires downfield. Connection to the right. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. With Ducks keeping this defense off balance, they can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the pass in Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Back to pass. Makes the grab. Knocked off his feet.
Yeah, the defense has to be careful with this slot receiver running these drag routes. You can't lose him. If he catches it on the other side and turns up the sideline, he can take it to the house.
The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Quarterback may change this route. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. After the shower of flags, it's 1st and 15 for this offense. They go to the ground. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon. You thought it was noisy when the duck rolled out on that motorcycle? Decibels through the roof in the House of Loud.
And what a great job getting this crowd going early. This is not one of the biggest crowds in the country, but Alson Stadium is one of the loudest places you will ever be in, and they love their Ducks.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. LSU delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Baton Rouge. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the SEC. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off play action on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Hoover. They've got the screen set up. Oh, he's got some space. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man downfield. Good, solid tackle.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
The Horned Frogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Now the play fake. fires to the wideout. Looking to get it in. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on right now to get you a touchdown?
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! The offense cashing it in on that drive. The extra point here would tie the game. And he knocked that one right down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the 2nd quarter. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. A strike downfield. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster. And they think they've got some impact freshmen in this class as well. Can't wait to see what they do today. The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Looking to throw again. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it 1st down at the 42.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Got his man quickly. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep ones.
Looking downfield, it's Hoover. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. He's brought down, but there's also a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Setting up the screen. Turning it on!
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous, you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
The Ducks can really attack on this second and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Motion from the wideout. Looking to pass. It's Hoover. Grabbed behind the line. It's James. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Back to pass on second down. Oh, it's picked off. He'll try to take it back. At the 20. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 8. Oh, you know he wanted that pick 6, but the offense is in business.
And I love this defense being ready at the end of the half, playing the 2-minute situation beautifully, forcing the turnover here now, a chance to break this tie, get some points. Nice execution by this defense late in the first half.
A first down run on the doorstep. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. And the best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. Extending the play. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ballgame. That was a late game situation, nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. To throw, it's Hoover. Sends it downfield. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Horned Frogs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll start this 3rd quarter with a run. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the running back. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of games all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB designed run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. Got him field. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 29.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
The Ducks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Makes the grab past the marker. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. The give to the back. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The play action fake. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. He'll set up to throw. Bring in the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Splits the uprights, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Always expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Michigan came through with a lunch pail, hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. From the gun, running back on the move. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
All right, well, that QB knows he now has to get the ball out of his hands quick because that defensive end turned the corner fast.
The Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the returner will be brought down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was a long one, Jesse. They'd like this time to pay it off with a touchdown instead of a field goal.
No doubt, Reese. They had a lot of good stuff going that last drive. Need to get a tutty up on the board here to extend that lead.
And I think you definitely want a touchdown, but if you put another long drive together, get points, multiple possessions in a row, start to let those body blows add up and wear this defense out.
They'll keep it on the ground. Running to Green. Gets it past the marker. Russell out of bounds at the 26. A huge pickup on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter, you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it on first and goal. And he's brought down at the line
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Back to pass. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Down to the 36-yard line and some nifty moves to try to make a big play on the interception.
Listen, the enemy is the clock, right? You're down by 2 scores. You got to make something happen. Really, really good job by the defense, forcing the turnover, getting the ball back to your offense. Now you got to go score, and I got to get one more stop.
They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. They'll try to get outside. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. And the Horned Frogs want to pick up the tempo.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
This play works for one reason. You toss the ball quickly to the left. Receivers have to block. Once that running back gets on the perimeter, you're going nowhere if those receivers aren't committed to getting on those DBs, locking on them, running their feet. That's not their first priority. I know they're going to catch the ball more than they're going to block. Nice job blocking on that toss.
They send the tight end in motion. On the ground, it's Palmer. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. You already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. And because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving the stadium with it now.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. To the air on first down. He breaks a tackle. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Fires to the tight end. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
In front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. And it's picked off for the third time today.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
The give to the left side. Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. They'll give it to him again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Ducks have taken it inside the 20. On third down, he drops to throw. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Texas A&M rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting days of Johnny Football and Mike Evans. Gig 'em Aggies indeed. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there. To the air, it's Hoover. Throws for the tight end. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires one high and deep. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Second down, he'll throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down to the 40.
Look, it's a nice game, but I don't know if it's worth the seconds they're losing on the game clock. In this type of situation, you got to be throwing at least to the first down markers, or you got to be throwing to the sidelines to get out of bounds.
And the defense getting a hand in there on third down.
I think at this point of the game, down 2 possessions, the passing game will just have to be a little bit sharper, and they don't look like they're in rhythm. You saw it on that last third down. I think you got to go now if you're on offense on fourth down. The sense of urgency is cranking up, but you need to be more precise in the passing game.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
TCU 14.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Drive will start from the 19-yard line. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Moore. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing them open.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. The Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that.
All right, this running back's had all kind of success. Now we're getting later in the game. We got to make sure we get some stops, get the ball back to our offense.
And the Ducks will punt this one away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Back to pass, it's Hoover. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now in the...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Well, this defense has had the QB's number all game long. One of the reasons why is because this cornerback, when he's on an island, he's winning the 50-50 balls, and he's not letting anything get thrown over his head downfield. Great job in coverage, disguising what he's doing and knocking balls away.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Fires to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, and you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. Fourth quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes the catch. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
You know, you just can't coach toughness in quarterbacks. This guy's been sacked multiple times in this one, and on that last play, he gets drilled again, but he delivers a strike. I'll tell you what, this guy's going to be in an ice bath after the game.
To the air, it's Hoover. Flips it out in the flat. Into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU!
Man, that drive right there is exactly what you dream about. That's how you want your offense to perform. Under a clutch situation, you take the ball down the field, get the score, and now an extra point away from taking the lead late in this ball game.
Just an extra point away from taking the lead late. And the extra point gives him a 1-point lead here in the 4th. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Quarterback making checks. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. On the move, he fires. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've been challenged now, Jesse, and it's up to this offense to provide an answer.
Yeah, they've got to be able to get the momentum back, David. We know that's a real thing in college football. Here late in the game, you still got the lead, but how can they answer?
And I think that's what you remember. Still got the lead. Doesn't matter the defense just gave up a score. Let's execute and keep this lead.
They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.